In a world that fervently champions kindness and selflessness, few dare to explore the hidden costs of excessive generosity. We are often taught to prioritize the needs of others, but the dangers of this approach linger in the shadows, waiting to ensnare the unwary. Many generous souls find themselves emotionally and financially drained, caught in a relentless cycle of giving without receiving. As the narrator unveils this complex dynamic, they weave in Stoic wisdom, urging us to accept reality as it is and to detach our happiness from others' actions. The Stoics remind us that when we give without expectations, we not only shield ourselves from disappointment, but also cultivate a more balanced emotional state. In this unfolding tale, we discover that while kindness is a noble virtue, it is vital to establish boundaries and care for our own needs. This delicate balance allows our goodwill to enrich our lives rather than deplete them, fostering healthier, more reciprocal relationships. As we journey through this exploration, we come to understand that true generosity does not diminish us. Instead, it strengthens our capacity to uplift others while preserving our own well-being. High hopes for reciprocity. Imagine you're the kind of person who sees the world through a lens of generosity, believing wholeheartedly in the idea that what you give will come back to you. You lend a hand to friends in need, offer your time to those who ask, and go out of your way to be there for others. It's a beautiful outlook, filled with optimism and connection. Yet, beneath this idealism lies a subtle yet profound risk: the expectation of reciprocity. When you invest so much in helping others, you may find yourself building an unspoken contract, a hope that those you assist will, in turn, step up when you need help. But life often unfolds unpredictably, and your high hopes can lead to disappointment, resentment, and emotional turmoil. The Stoics, with their emphasis on acceptance and emotional resilience, understood this delicate balance. They warned against the pitfalls of tying your happiness to the actions of others. When we nurture expectations of reciprocity, we inadvertently set ourselves up for disillusionment. We may grow frustrated when the people we've supported don't offer the same in return, failing to recognize that many are caught up in their own struggles, unaware of the emotional debt they owe us. The essence of Stoic wisdom lies in giving selflessly, embracing the idea that our worth does not depend on what others do for us. This practice cultivates emotional independence, allowing us to remain steady regardless of the reactions of those around us. Ultimately, the key to navigating this emotional landscape is to shift our perspective. Instead of seeing kindness as a transaction, we can view it as a reflection of our values. By letting go of the expectation of reciprocity, we free ourselves from disappointment and create space for genuine connections. We can still give generously, but with the understanding that not everyone will reciprocate in the ways we envision. This shift transforms our acts of kindness into expressions of who we are, rather than what we hope to gain. In doing so, we cultivate a richer, more fulfilling existence, grounded in the knowledge that our kindness is a powerful choice, not a bargain to be negotiated. Constant demands. Picture a vibrant garden, flourishing under the care of a dedicated gardener. Each flower represents a relationship, nurtured by kindness and attention. Initially, tending to these plants brings immense joy. You revel in the beauty of their growth and the happiness your efforts foster. However, as time goes on, you notice that the more you give, the more they demand. The flowers seem to require constant watering, pruning, and sunlight, transforming your nurturing into an overwhelming obligation. You find yourself stretched thin, your energy drained, and your joy in gardening wanes. What began as a passion has morphed into a burden, as those around you expect you to meet their every need, leaving little room for your own flourishing. In the realm of human relationships, this scenario plays out all too frequently. When you cultivate a habit of generosity, people start to lean on you for support, advice, and assistance, often without realizing the toll it takes on you. The initial satisfaction of helping can quickly morph into a cycle of endless demands, where your availability becomes a given rather than a choice. Those around you may not intend to be burdensome, but the habit of expecting you to always be on can erode your boundaries and your sense of self. This is the insidious nature of constant demands. and it is something the Stoics recognized as detrimental to personal well-being. Stoic philosophy encourages us to recognize the importance of setting boundaries. To remain emotionally healthy, it's crucial to understand that your time and energy are finite resources. By continually succumbing to demands without prioritizing your own needs, you risk neglecting your well-being and identity. The Stoics teach that moderation is key. By asserting your limits, you not only protect your own mental and emotional health, but also foster healthier dynamics in your relationships. It's about finding that balance between helping others and ensuring you have the space to grow and thrive yourself. Moreover, it's vital to remember that healthy relationships should be reciprocal, grounded in mutual respect rather than unidirectional giving. When you set clear boundaries and communicate your needs, you create an environment where others can also step up, taking responsibility for their own challenges. This shift in dynamics fosters deeper, more genuine connections as both parties learn to value each other's time and efforts. Ultimately, by acknowledging the reality of constant demands, you can reclaim your garden, tending to your own needs while still offering support to those who genuinely require it. In doing so, you cultivate relationships that are not merely based on what you can provide, but on a foundation of respect and understanding. This approach transforms your role from a mere caretaker to a gardener of meaningful connections, enriching both your life and the lives of those around you. Neglecting personal goals. Imagine setting sail on a magnificent ship filled with dreams and aspirations. Each destination you chart represents a personal goal, whether it's advancing in your career, pursuing a passion, or nurturing your well-being. As you embark on this journey, the horizon is filled with promise. Yet as the waves of life rise and fall, the currents of others' needs begin to pull you off course. Friends, family, and colleagues call out for help, asking for your time and energy. Slowly but surely, your ship starts to drift away from its intended path, and the vibrant islands of your personal goals fade into the distance. What began as a thrilling adventure of self-discovery can quickly transform into a struggle against the tide, leaving you adrift and unfulfilled. The allure of kindness can be potent, often leading us to prioritize the needs of others over our own aspirations. The Stoics understood this precarious balance, emphasizing the importance of self-awareness and the need to live according to our values. When we pour all our energy into helping others, we risk neglecting the very goals that give our lives meaning and direction. This neglect doesn't occur overnight. It happens gradually, as we fill our schedules with requests and commitments that seem noble, but ultimately divert us from our paths. You might find yourself saying yes to every favor, project, or social obligation, convinced that your sacrifice is just a temporary detour. Yet, with each passing day, your dreams drift further away, and the once clear vision of your future becomes obscured by the fog of unfulfilled potential. This phenomenon not only leaves you feeling unaccomplished, but can also lead to a deep sense of frustration and regret. The Stoics remind us that our time is finite, and that the pursuit of personal goals is not selfish, but essential for our well-being. By neglecting our aspirations, we can become disillusioned and disengaged, trapped in a cycle of pleasing others while our own dreams languish. To break free from this cycle, it's crucial to cultivate the courage to assert your needs and prioritize your personal goals. Visualize your journey as a ship equipped with a sturdy compass. Your personal goals act as guiding stars that keep you aligned with your true purpose. By committing to your aspirations, you not only enrich your own life but also empower those around you. When you actively pursue what fulfills you, you become a beacon of inspiration, showing others the importance of balancing their own desires with their commitments to others. In this way, you reclaim your journey, steering your ship towards the vibrant shores of your aspirations, ready to explore the uncharted territories of your potential and creativity. By honoring your personal goals, you create a life that resonates with fulfillment, purpose, and genuine joy, proving that nurturing yourself is the best way to truly support those you care about. Being seen as weak. Imagine a fortress, strong and imposing, standing tall against the winds of adversity. It symbolizes not just physical strength, but also the inner fortitude we all aspire to possess. In a world that often equates kindness with weakness, being perceived as soft-hearted or overly accommodating can feel like a breach in your fortress's walls. When you consistently prioritize others' needs over your own, a subtle shift occurs. Those around you begin to see you not as a compassionate ally, but as a soft target, someone they can rely on without reciprocating. This perception can erode your self-esteem and undermine your authority, creating an unsettling dynamic where your kindness becomes a tool for others to exploit. The Stoics understood the delicate balance between strength and compassion, emphasizing that true strength lies in self-discipline and the ability to set boundaries. When you're seen as weak, people may expect you to shoulder their burdens, often at the expense of your own well-being. This expectation can lead to a vicious cycle where your kindness is taken for granted, reinforcing the notion that you are there to serve rather than to stand firm. Over time, this can manifest as a growing resentment, as you feel your generosity is being exploited rather than appreciated. In the eyes of others, your inability to say no or to assert your own needs can paint you as someone lacking resolve, while the reality is that you are simply trying to help. However, it's essential to recognize that being perceived as weak is often a misunderstanding of true strength. Stoicism teaches us that the ability to maintain composure and assert our limits is a form of profound resilience. By establishing clear boundaries, you communicate not only your self-worth, but also your commitment to maintaining healthy relationships. When you take a stand, refusing to be pigeonholed as merely the helpful one, you transform the narrative. Suddenly, others begin to see you as a leader, someone who understands the value of their own time and energy. This shift is not merely about protecting yourself, it's about fostering an environment where mutual respect can thrive. By balancing kindness with assertiveness, you reinforce the idea that compassion should not come at the cost of your own identity. Instead of being viewed as weak, you become a pillar of strength, guiding others not through servitude but through empowerment. Your willingness to say no when necessary not only preserves your energy but also invites others to step up and take responsibility for their own needs. In this way, you build a foundation of respect that enriches your relationships, proving that true strength lies in the courage to stand firm while still being compassionate. Attracting opportunists. Imagine your kindness as a warm light in a dark room, comforting, inviting, a beacon for anyone who needs a helping hand. But like moths drawn to a flame, some come closer not out of appreciation or respect, but because they see an opportunity to benefit. These are the opportunists, the ones who sense your generosity and latch on, taking without giving, quietly siphoning your energy, your time, and even your resources. Stoics understood that unchecked kindness can attract not just those in need, but those who see kindness as weakness, as a sign of someone they can easily manipulate. When you give freely to everyone, you risk blending in with people who aren't truly aligned with your values, people who take without any intention of giving back. Stoicism teaches us that self-discipline and discernment are essential in maintaining our inner balance. By wisely choosing who we help, we can avoid giving so freely that our energy attracts those who have no intention of offering respect or reciprocity in return. True strength and kindness, the Stoics believed, lies in setting boundaries, ensuring that our generosity reaches those who genuinely benefit from it, and who are willing to reciprocate or at least honor the effort. When we refine who we help and why, we protect ourselves from the draining effects of opportunists, surrounding ourselves with people who share our values and contribute positively to our lives. In the end, discernment allows our kindness to stay vibrant and pure, a light that attracts only those who respect its source. Vulnerability to dependency. Vulnerability to dependency. Imagine your life as a delicate balance, a rhythm of responsibilities, passions, and moments of peace that keep you strong and focused. Now picture someone coming to you in need, at first occasionally. Perhaps they're struggling with a challenge or they just need a bit of advice. It feels rewarding to help, knowing you've made a difference. But over time, these moments of assistance grow more frequent. You start to notice they come to you for nearly every problem, big or small, and they seem less willing or able to solve things on their own. Before long, their reliance on you has woven itself into your daily routine. You're now carrying not only your own burdens but also theirs, and the stability in your life begins to waver, your own needs pushed aside. This vulnerability to dependency is a hidden danger Stoics warned against. When we give too freely without discernment, we risk creating a bond of reliance that is unhealthy for both parties involved. The more we allow others to lean on us, the more they relinquish their own strength, skills, and resilience. In time, we may become their crutch, even a quiet enabler of their dependency. Stoic philosophy champions self-reliance as a cornerstone of strength, not only for ourselves, but as a gift to those we care about. By setting healthy boundaries and practicing restraint, we allow others to face challenges, cultivating their own resilience and independence rather than depending on ours. True kindness, the Stoics believed, empowers others rather than making them dependent. It's about offering support in a way that encourages their growth, not only for their benefit, but to keep our own lives balanced and flourishing. In setting boundaries, we teach people to rely on their inner resources while keeping our path clear and strong. When we support others in a way that fosters self-sufficiency, we honor their potential to thrive on their own terms, and in doing so, we preserve the strength and integrity of our own journey. Suspicion of motives. Imagine yourself as someone who offers kindness with an open heart, always willing to lend a hand, share a thoughtful word, or stand by others in their time of need. To you, it's a natural part of who you are, perhaps even a quiet philosophy of life. But in a world where self-interest often rules, this openness can spark doubt in others. Instead of seeing your generosity as genuine, they start to wonder, why are you being so helpful? What's in it for you? They may question your motives, whisper behind your back, or view your kindness as part of a hidden agenda, thinking that no one could truly be that selfless. Stoics understood this skepticism, warning that in a society where people are often guarded and transactional, genuine kindness is met with suspicion rather than trust. The more openly and unconditionally we give, the more others may see us as either naive or as plotting something beneath the surface. This suspicion can lead people to keep their distance, isolating us, as they project motives onto us that reflect their own worldview. The irony, however, is that this very mistrust often reveals more about them than about us. It shows how deeply ingrained suspicion has become in a world where trust is rarely given freely. The Stoic answer to this dilemma is subtle yet profound. Instead of withdrawing our kindness or adopting a cynical mindset, we should continue to act in accordance with our values, undeterred by what others may think. To the Stoics, acting with integrity means staying true to our principles regardless of others' interpretations or misunderstandings. The purpose of kindness isn't to change how others view us, but to strengthen our own character, fortifying our ability to act in ways that align with our deeper convictions. By focusing on living authentically and disregarding unfounded suspicions, we keep our kindness pure and our inner resolve strong, allowing us to remain a force of genuine goodwill in a world that may not always understand it. In the end, we stand as pillars of unwavering integrity, rooted in the knowledge that our kindness is its own reward, free from the shadows of doubt cast by others. As we wrap up this insightful journey into the delicate balance of kindness and self-care, I sincerely hope these tips will prove invaluable to you. Remember, your engagement is vital to this community. If this discussion has sparked your thoughts or provided you with new perspectives, please give it a thumbs up. Your support helps more people discover the transformative power of Stoic wisdom. If you haven't explored it yet, subscribe for a daily dose of Stoic wisdom and personal growth, and let's continue this journey together toward a more balanced and fulfilling existence.